Hey, welcome back to the channel. I am really glad you're here because today's video is a mad rant, and sometimes I don't like these mad rant videos, but I have a message that I want to bring to you today, and I'm no expert, I'm no advisor, and really I question, should I even do this, because a lot of times mad rant videos are reactionary, and when something happens in life, I tend to believe you should just absorb it for a few days, for a week, let it sink in, think it through, don't react. We see social media, people react all the time, and you know, it kind of looks foolish. I'm not saying I haven't done it, just saying it's not always a good thing. But I'm going to react today, and this is not political, religious, current events, none of that. I don't do that stuff on this channel. That's not what this is about. This is about a friend of mine who lost his job yesterday. And you know, if you follow the channel, that I lost my job a year ago this summer, and have not been back to work because we've decided to make this social media business a full-time business, which comes with its own set of sacrifices and struggles. But the point is, my friend lost his job yesterday. He happened to work for the same company that I worked for. So when I lost my job a year ago plus, what happened over the course of the following year was that other people started to lose their jobs. And you might say, well, why didn't they see the writing on the wall? Well, you know, you don't always know what's going to happen because you need certain core people, and you tend to think you might be a little bit safe. But anyway, so this person was the last one to lose their job yesterday. And it was a business decision. I don't think it was a very wise decision. Basically, the company is going to outsource the department. I don't see that as any way to save money or to improve services. But you know what? They didn't ask me. So who knows what's going on? Well, we won't talk about that because there's possibly some curious things happening at the top, but that's a whole nother conversation. The point is, the person lost their job, and now they're in a position that I was in a year ago, and so many other people are in. And I just want to say to you, don't wait. I want to say to you, quit your job now, if you can. Don't quit your job and say, Ed told me to quit my job and that everything was going to be okay. No, that's not the case at all. My point is, if you're at a point in your life where you desire something, it goes back to one of my previous videos where I said, more than follow your dreams, be honest with yourself. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Sit down and really understand, what do I really want? And if you know in your heart, in your gut, that you really want to maybe be self-employed, or you really want a different job, or you might be close to retirement age and think, I could retire, but I'm afraid, I'm not quite sure. What I'm saying to you is, listen to your heart and follow that. Now, the only regret I ever heard my father-in-law express was that he didn't retire soon enough. He retired at like age 70, maybe even 72. He had a desk job, he made good money, he liked his job, so he really had no reason to retire, but he finally did retire. And what he shared with us kids was, retire as soon as you can, because he didn't realize how quickly health declines. And I don't think I realized that. When you're relatively young, you just can't imagine not feeling as good as you feel. Anyway, so he retired older. He spent the remainder of his life driving to doctor's appointments. Now, he wasn't in poor health that whole time. He got to travel, visit grandkids and everything. But what he expressed was, he should have retired 5, 8, 10 years sooner, and he could have really enjoyed those most healthy years. So don't wait if you can. If you're thinking you can do it if it's really in your heart. Now, I get that there are some people who retire and then they're bored out of their mind, and it's opposite for them. They become less healthy because they sit around, they get depressed. If you're the type of person who needs to work and you want to work, well, then by all means keep doing it. What I'm saying is, if way down deep inside, you know that there's a desire to get out and do something different. What I'm saying is, don't wait to do it. Now, you got a plan. You can't just do it unless you're extremely fortunate, but planning is different than waiting. I would say don't wait, but do plan. So now for me, you know, I wanted to be self-employed. I wanted to make this social media business a full-time thing. And I'm not a stranger to being self-employed. I did it for 20, 30 years. I've had other businesses that have relatively succeeded, kind of failed, you know, but it's in me to do that. Not only that, when I lost my job, I'm not embarrassed to say that I believe that I suffer from some corporate PTSD. Honestly, after dedicating 11 years to a company and then finding out that the loyalty is not reciprocal when you think it is. And this was a company that had a work culture that was beyond anything I could have dreamed of. It's like, this is amazing, this is great. And I had a false sense of security. Even though I always knew there was a chance, you always know there's a chance that things are going to change. But when it happens, it hurts. And this corporate PTSD that I'm labeling it, I have looked at job descriptions, one ads, whatever they're called today, and I honestly get this sense of anxiety when I think about committing myself to another company. It's really painful, and my therapy for that is this right here, doing this. So we're trying to make this work. Point is, if you have a desire to run your own business, to try something different, just make it happen. Don't wait for it because of health reasons, because of financial reasons. It's going to be difficult later on. Now, I also get that if you're young and you have a family and you have mortgages and obligations, it might seem like a pipe dream. And it's not easy. You may have to make adjustments. Now, we're here because we're extremely fortunate. We had this dream forever to buy a farm, and then we finally took some steps to make it happen, and we sold our home, we bought the farm, we're mortgage free because we were at that point in our life where the other house was just about paid off. It was a nicer house than this one. No offense to the old farmhouse, we love it, but it was a nicer house. It was worth more, so we were able to sell that, and with that money, we bought the old farmhouse and the homestead here, and it just worked out. So I get it. We're mortgage free. We're very fortunate. The property taxes are less here than they were on the smaller property because we're farm assessed. We do forestry work here, which helps our tax rate. Still New Jersey, so you'd probably be shocked if you live in another state, but it's cheaper than we were paying over there. So we kind of downsized our expenses. We downsized our home, upsized our land. As Seinfeld says, yada, yada, yada. Here we are. So I'm not saying anybody can do it. What I'm saying is it's difficult. What I'm saying is if you have the desire to do it, don't wait. Start making a plan, and just know that your job is not secure. Now, maybe you work for the government, which tends to be a secure job. Maybe you're a union member, which might be more secure. I was none of those things, and if you're not, just know that, again, the loyalty is not reciprocal. And if you're a business owner, I'm sorry if that offends you, because you may say, hey, I'm really loyal to my employees. And I get there are really good business people out there. And I also get, like I said, that you have to make business decisions sometimes that are very, very difficult. So my particular case is different than so many others. But that's what I want to say today. That's all I want to say. Call it a mad rant, call it encouragement, whatever it is. What I'm saying is you can do it. You may have to make sacrifices. It may be painful. If you want to start a business, odds are against you that that business will fail. Fail financially. I don't consider any business venture a failure because it's a learning opportunity. You know, like I said, I've had a few businesses myself, and none of them did exceptionally well, but I learned so much from that. And in some cases, the businesses failed at a drastic level. I mean, a level where, as I've shared before, we almost lost our home. We had the guy knocking on the door with papers. So it's frightening. It's very frightening. But time heals all wounds, and you just have to move forward. And again, my situation is different than yours. I'm very fortunate in many ways that you may not be fortunate. And you may be fortunate in ways that I'm not fortunate. Point is, I've already said it. Be honest with yourself. Do what you can to make it happen. And really, it sounds so cliche to follow your dreams, but honestly, this life is so short. I mean, if you're like me, where you're getting closer to retirement age, you're on the short side of life. And you know what? That becomes a reality very quickly. So enjoy every minute of it. And, well, that's all I got to say about that. I was going to not rub my neck here, but there's something crawling down my back, so this is a good time to end this video. Thanks for being here. Thanks always for watching these videos. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel on YouTube or followed on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram, I invite you to join along. And as always, I look forward to seeing you next time.